Hi there, my name is Rob Gerard. I'm a technical marketing engineer with Tintri. We make smart storage for virtualized environments. I'm here today to give you a demo on our product and why it's perfect for your Citrix environment. So if we go into our dashboard, what we are, first of all, is a storage appliance designed for virtual environments. And our largest box, which is a 4U appliance, can hold up to 3,500 VMs in a small 4U space. And we have per VM visibility and per VM management all the way through. We have an emphasis on very, very low management, so that you can focus on your desktop images, you can focus on all the things that matter to your apps and your customers and your end users, and not worry about the storage. We truly have a set it and forget it product, and it's self-adjusting and dynamic and adapting. And so even though it does all these things and you don't need to look at the UI, I personally love the UI and I want to dig in. So myself, I was a customer for nearly 17 years before joining the vendor side of things. And I personally have about 2 years of experience with this product on real production loads for customer, and about 1.5 years now in my lab. So what I'm running in the background is a Login VSI 1000 user set. And I've been running this slowly over the last couple hours so that I can show you a little clearly in the demo what we can see on the Tintri side of things. So overall dashboard, we've got green. This means we've got some capacity. You can safely add VMs to this. And if we look here, we have green, we have space free. We can safely add space here. Now, we break down space for you, so it's really easy to manage and see how much space you're using, how much it would be if it was not on us and compressed. And we can do this on a per VM and per vDisk level for everything. So if we move on over to our numbers here, we can see our performance across the top, and we can go to some trends on this. Now, one of my favorite features is going in to look at the VM store as a whole. So this is the aggregate of everything that's going on. And you're saying, Rob, what's happening at this spike here? And I say, well, it's 37,000 normalized IOPS. And this is like this thing that we've implemented so we can get an apples to apples approach of IOPS, taking out IO size and making one nice clean number. But no, what happens here, it's not just, hey, I see a spike on the box. We've got visibility. I can tell you at that point in time, it's vCenter accounting for 3.5% of all the IO. And these top 10 contributors at this point in time make up 12.6% of the IO going on in this box. This is very indicative of an environment like VDI, or an environment that's got a lot of VMs and a VM store, because it's a very distributed load, so you don't have any 1 or 2 VMs that really count to the top. If you did, you can definitely identify them. Now, not only can we identify who's doing what, but we know the impact of all of them sharing the host, and we're doing end-to-end latency visualization. So here we can see that the average of all the 2,300 VMs I've got going on right here, host is pretty low. But if we look at the worst ones, we've got some here that are at 28 milliseconds of latency, and that's a 10-minute average, so real times could be even higher on that. So, well, what's that latency and what's that mean to the user? Let's take a look at all our VMs. So here we are with a complete list of VMs, and I can sort alphabetically, I can sort by any of these fields here. And so what I've done is I've sorted by latency so that I can look at who's suffering the most right now, if anybody. Now let's take a look. Whoever's running on PVS Win7 413, maybe it's Joe in accounting, he's got 27 milliseconds of host latency alone for a total of 27.6. Now, if we were to drill on him, we can take a look at what that's been like for him over the course of whether it's past few hours, 12 hours, 1 day, whatever. So let's just zoom back 7 days and take a look at this poor user. Now, he calls in, he says, hey, things are slow. What's going on, guys? Let the finger pointing begin. Well, first of all, we find out Joe's on 413. We take a look there, and it's like, hey, at 7:11 p.m. on Tuesday, is that when it was worst? He's like, yeah, how did you know? I'm like, oh, I got my ways, right? So this is where we start to say, hey, it's the storage guy's fault. No, it's the networking fault. And in this case, no, it's host latency. So our hypervisors are not very healthy because we have more than we can support on them. This is very intentional for this demo to show you the effects of piling on tons of VMs into a bunch of hosts, not having the resources. Storage says everything's fine, network says everything's fine, but the user experience is not fine. So if we come back here, these are the ones most impacted. These are the hosts they're on. It's not a coincidence that the ones who have the worst host latency happen to share the same host. We can show you all kinds of visibility for every VM, for every vDisk, We've got snapshot replication, you know. We've got a horn honking behind us, and that's okay. This is live on the showroom floor, and that is what a Tesla horn sounds like, in case you were curious. So I guess the Internet of Things here has turned it off because the users walked through his car. Anyway, we had about 5 minutes of this. I've covered what I wanted to. There's no way that I could cover everything I want in the amount of time, so please stop by Tintri.com. We're a Citrix Ready partner. We're here to make your storage life very easy so you can focus on what matters, your apps, getting your applications in, and let the rest take care of itself. Thank you very much. Rob Gerard, Tintri.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at Rob Gerard. Thank you.